I am not hitting him with it yet. I am letting him marinate. I'm letting him soak in his own juices. I'm letting him sit in a vat of his own puke and crap. And then you strike. Watch. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to your favorite show on the internet, Raw Law Unfiltered, with your favorite host, the DUI Guy. Plus, today we're going to continue our saga of the cross-examination by me of Officer Oliver. Officer Oliver is still on the stand. Lee Wilson is right next to him with the judge, myself, and you can see on the video at least 4 jurors. There are 6 in total listening to the case to decide the fate of Mr. Fernandez, who's seated behind me. By the way, some of you, for the record, I've been reading your comments, and thank you, every single one of you, for commenting on this new series, because I want to know how it's going. How are you feeling about it? So far, it's been nothing but positive, with one caveat. Some of you don't know how to read the description below, it seems like, because literally the very first line of the description is, if you want to see the full video without any interruptions, just click the link. Because some of the comments were like, this guy talks too much. I just want to hear the cop's testimony, by God. The link is in the description below, dog. Just click on it, and you can watch the whole testimony, the full 58 minutes. Direct examination, cross-examination, without any interruptions by this guy. The whole purpose of this series is for you to not just watch it. If you want to watch it, please continue. The whole purpose is for you to watch it with commentary. A lot of you are not lawyers. A lot of you are not judges. A lot of you are not prosecutors. You don't know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and I'm breaking it down. This is a teaching experience, and I hope you all are enjoying it. From the looks of it, most of you are. So thank you very much for all your likes and comments and subscriptions. All right, let's jump right back into the video. It's not illegal to drink and then drive, right?
Correct.
It's illegal to drink and then drive under the influence.
Yes.
That's the law in Kentucky, right?
Yes.
So that is exactly where we left him, if you remember. Officer Oliver just admitted it is legal to drink and then drive, so long as you're not under the influence. Very important caveat. There's a difference between it is legal to drink and drive and it is legal to drink and drive so long as you're not under the influence. If you're missing that second portion, ooh, be ready for a fight. The prosecutor will definitely object to that. At some point, you asked Mr. Fernandez to come out of the vehicle, right?
Yes.
And you asked. Now we're moving to the you asked him out of the vehicle portion of the stop. Watch closely. Asked him if he would perform some field sobriety tests for you. The field tests.
Yes.
As he got out of the car, he opened the door without any issues, right?
Correct.
He got out of the vehicle without falling or stumbling, right? Pay attention. I am, again, if you watch the previous video of Officer Oliver's cross-examination, I mentioned one of the most important key factors is what? Don't talk about what is in the citation. Talk about what is not in the citation. Talk about the things he didn't mention on direct examination. Talk about the things that he did not write down, that he did not testify to. Why? Because that's where your case lies. That's where your victory lies. The devil is in the details. Read between the lines. All those old adages you've heard of, they literally come into practice in court. Watch what happens.
Correct.
He didn't use the vehicle for balance to balance himself.
Correct.
He didn't lean against any object, including yourself or the vehicle.
No.
Did he close the door behind him?
I believe so.
So he closed the door without any issues?
I believe so.
And then you asked him to come to the back of the vehicle, of his vehicle, right?
Yes.
Notice how Officer Oliver is just getting so flustered because I'm asking him questions he cannot escape from. Because the minute he says, oh, yes, he did lean on the vehicle. Okay, let's go to the citation. Officer Oliver, where is that in your citation? Oh, I don't know. I think it's in there. Okay, Your Honor, may I approach? And I would walk over to the officer and I'd say, Officer Oliver, can you show me, can you read the citation and tell me where it is? And Officer Oliver would go, okay. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's not in here. Okay, so remember when they taught you at the academy, if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen? Yes. So it didn't happen, did it? And now he looks like a fool. So it's better for him to just admit. So he is doing the right thing. He's simply admitting the things that he knows did not happen. Because he has nowhere to go. As he was walking, he didn't trip.
No.
He didn't fall.
No.
He didn't sway.
No.
Do you recall Mr. Fernandez telling you that he had a 15 or 16 hour drive the day before coming in from Florida?
No, I don't recall.
Very important. I know, because I've spoken to Mr. Fernandez. I know my client's story, and I know what he told me that he told the cop, that he had a very long drive from Florida the night before. He was coming in for Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly. 15 to 16 hours he was driving the night before. His legs are tired. He may be tired himself. And he knows, Officer Oliver knows, that him and Mr. Fernandez had that conversation. He may not remember it, but he's going to deny it. Why? Because he doesn't want to give me anything that I want. But it doesn't matter. The jury has already heard it. And the jury can't tell the difference in their mind because they're not equipped to understand how the court system works, because we don't need them to. I don't want them to. They're not lawyers. I don't have 6 lawyers sitting there who understand exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it. They're just listening to testimony. Remember, like I said, you are the one testifying. 15 to 16 hour drive he had the previous night. Doesn't matter what Officer Oliver says. For all I care, he can start singing Kumbaya in the middle of cross-examination. All I care about is that the jurors heard it. 15, 16 hour drive, now it's a fact in the record. The jurors will not be able to tell the difference. Who was the agent of the statement? That is crucial. The jurors cannot tell the difference as to who is the originator of the statement, who is the agent of the statement, because agency is irrelevant here. Testimony is coming in either through your mouth or his. And on cross-examination, by God, it better be coming from here and not from his mouth, because that is how you win cases. Again, that is the difference between good lawyers and amazing lawyers. So the first test that you decided to administer is we call it the HGN, right? Mr. Wilson already correctly pointed out it's a convoluted term. I just like to call it the follow my finger test. Would that be a fair assessment as to what it is?
Yes.
Before you start running with any concept that belongs to the prosecution, try to explain it in simple terms. Follow my finger test. And then ask him or her, is that a fair, would it be fair to call it that? If he says yes, then you just call it that and the jury will love you for it. Because for them, they can't even pronounce horizontal gaze nystagmus because it's a complicated, stupid, by the way, made up by police officers, term. Next time you're with your medical professional, by the way, or your primary care physician or your registered nurse or a nurse practitioner, ask them, what is a horizontal gaze nystagmus test? They'll tell you, I'm sorry, what now? I think it's something the government uses because it doesn't exist. Nystagmus, by the way, by itself exists in the medical terminology, in the medical vernacular, in the medical dictionary. Horizontal gaze, I think, exists by itself. But horizontal gaze nystagmus, HGN, is a cop term. It was made up by cops for cops to be used by cops against you, to lock you up. Did you know that the United States of America, I believe, please quote me if I'm wrong, is the only country in the world to administer field sobriety exercises? Yeah, fun fact. Every country has breathalyzers. Canada, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Austria, Netherlands, Greece, Hungary, Poland, Denmark, Spain, Israel. They all have breathalyzers. How many of them have standardized field sobriety tests? The United States of America. But that is a lesson for another day. Because the individual is supposed to follow your finger as you traverse the finger across their line of vision, right?
Correct.
How many clues are on the HGN?
There is onset prior to 45.
Watch him struggle.
I'm sorry, how many clues are there total that you're looking for?
I didn't ask him to name them. I asked how many are there?
Total that you're looking for.
Watch.
I believe 3, 4.
That's the wrong answer. I'm not getting him on it yet.
It's 3.
You believe you don't know?
It's 3 to 4 clues that we look for.
Can you tell me what they are?
We've never even conducted the test.
I'm just asking you as an officer of the law who performs these.
Again, watch the gentleman in the yellow shirt. In hindsight, now that I'm rewatching this video, it fascinates me how interested he is in my cross-examination. This is where you want your jurors. If they're all leaning forward, interested, whatever you're asking, keep asking it because they're all listening. If you see jurors kind of like this, move on to your next topic. Trust me, they're bored out of their skulls.
There's the onset prior to 45, maximum deviation, the vertical gaze nystagmus, and
The vertical gaze, by the way, is not part of the horizontal gaze. It's literally in the name, but okay.
the equal tracking.
Equal tracking, no, that's one of the things that you do before you begin the horizontal gaze nystagmus. You can tell that Officer Oliver knows just enough to skate by when it comes to this test, but he has no idea. He went out of order. First he named the 4th thing, then he named the 3rd thing, then he named the 5th thing, then he named the 2nd thing, then he named number 0, and then he named another 4th thing. He's naming them completely out of order.
Pupil size, those are all the things that we
Equal pupil size is, again, that's before you begin the test. Now, I am, again, just like a good police officer, I am not hitting him with it yet. I am letting him marinate. I'm letting him soak in his own juices. I'm letting him sit in a vat of his own puke and crap. And then you strike. Watch.
Let's move on to the next test, which, please clarify for me because I'm a little confused. I think you testified to the one leg stand.
Oh, I could have sworn that I was going to strike there. Talk about a landmine that didn't explode. For some reason, and maybe it was on re-cross-examination on the second trial, because this case went to a retrial. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I had already asked the question, but I will correct myself right here. What I should have asked, would it surprise you to know that there are actually 6 clues on the horizontal gaze nystagmus pursuant to your training? Because you saw I had like a very long pause, and I guess my brain maybe went somewhere else. Maybe I assumed the jury will know, but the jury doesn't know. You need to teach them. You need to tell them what it is. You need to explain to them that and have the cop admit, would it surprise you to know that there are 6 clues on the horizontal gaze nystagmus? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, you just said 3 to 4, didn't you? Yeah. So you don't know what you're talking about, do you? The answer is irrelevant.
After, but in your citation there, you have the walk and turn next and then the one leg stand. So which is it?
I believe we may have did the one leg stand next.
So the one leg stand was second after the horizontal gaze nystagmus.
I believe so.
If you don't remember, it's okay to say, I don't remember.
I believe that that's the order that we went in. Was
You-
Notice how I'm trying to give him power. It is the false illusion of power. It's okay. It's okay if you don't remember. Just tell us. If you don't remember, just say so. You don't remember. And you're giving him confidence like, yes, you know what? You're right. I don't remember. He's giving you exactly what you want. If you don't remember your case, why are you trying to convict an innocent man? That's the question.
Believe, but you don't know for certain.
I'm pretty certain.
You're pretty certain. Okay.
He just went from I'm not sure to pretty certain very fast. Did you catch that? Now the jurors, and you can tell at least the man in the yellow shirt is kind of looking down. I think he's a bit ashamed, maybe even a bit embarrassed for the police officer. We don't know what he's thinking, but his body language may be a dead giveaway. He seemed a little, he kind of glanced at the juror. Did you all catch that? He kind of looked at his fellow juror and kind of went, mm-hmm. He just went from, I am unsure and I don't exactly remember to, I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain. That is a huge leap, wouldn't you say?
So on the one leg stand, how many clues are there?
We're basically just looking to see.
Not my question.
anyone that
How many
comes
clues
on
are
the
there?
side. They're giving instruction to raise either foot of their choice approximately 6 inches off the ground, toe pointed out, and they're to count out loud. We look for approximately 30 seconds. And basically just looking to see if they can follow those instructions.
Are you aware that there is a standardized National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration manual that you learned from in 2007 and 2008 that looks for exactly 4 clues?
That's where I did it. See, I also should have done it on the horizontal gaze nystagmus. I let him get away with it, but that's okay. I think the jury still sees the holes in his case, but I had an opportunity to get him even harder by saying, are you aware that there were 6 clues actually on the horizontal gaze nystagmus? And you just said 3 to 4. His answer is irrelevant. Again, shows a lack of knowledge, lack of preparation, lack of understanding. So how can you conduct the test effectively in the field and determine whether or not an individual is under the influence or not? That's how you get them. Talk about the things that aren't there.
Do you not remember those clues?
Naming them specifically, I can't name them specifically from the book. I give instruction to the test.
I can't name them specifically from the book, which is literally what you're trained under, but I just give them some sort of instruction. Como si, como sa. It's all the same thing, counselor. I'm just trying to convict you, guy. You hear me, all right? Please.
And what clues that they show after taking that test is what I document.
So what clues they show? There are 4 of them. You document the 4 clues, but if you don't remember what they are, how can you document them in a citation? Unbelievable.
Your testimony here today is you do not have them by memory. You don't remember
I
the
don't
clues.
have them specifically from the book by memory, no.
Okay.
Look again at the man in the yellow shirt. I mean, he's just baffled. He's like, oh my God, this guy does not know anything about his case, does he? That is a wonderful posture for a juror during cross-examination when you are attacking their only witness in the entire case. If you see your jurors doing this during your cross-examination, that's good. If you see them doing that during the officer's direct examination by the prosecution, that's a problem. That means that they are probably going to convict your client. But this posture during cross-examination, chef's kiss.
And based on your assessment of this particular field sobriety test, you noted 1 clue, right?
Yes.
And according to your training, 1 clue is considered not an indicator of an individual under the influence, correct?
I wouldn't say that it's not an indicator. I just documented what I saw from the test.
He's trying to get away with it. You see, when it comes to standardized field sobriety testing, they teach these officers that 2 clues on the one-leg stand, or 2 clues on the walk and turn, or 4 clues on the horizontal gaze nystagmus is an indicator of impairment. If you have less than that, it's not an indicator of impairment. I'm simply trying to get him to admit to his training, which he hasn't done in over a decade, so it may be a little tough. But he's a little weasel. He's trying to snake his way out of it. Don't let him escape. Let's see how I approach the situation.
How long did you have Mr. Fernandez keep his foot up on that night? Is it 30 seconds?
It's approximate 30 seconds.
Approximate 30, you don't time it or anything?
I count in my head the 30 seconds.
Again, by the way, not following his training. He's supposed to have a stopwatch or somebody with a clock or a stopwatch to make sure 30 seconds. You're not supposed to count it in your head. And now I do something I have never done before. I want to give the jury the impression what the passage of 30 seconds looks like. Because whichever clue, we haven't covered that yet, but there's only 1 clue out of the 4. Now, there's a very easy acronym for one-leg stand, not one-legged stand. It's called the one-leg stand. Okay, you can choose either foot, and I'm going to read you the instructions just so you have them. This is how an officer is supposed to administer the instructions to this test. Stand with your feet together and arms to the side. Lift 1 foot, either foot, approximately 6 inches off the ground. Keep the lifted foot parallel to the ground. Look at your elevated foot. Count out loud in the manner specified by me. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, until I tell you to stop. Are you ready to begin the test? Yes, I am. All right, go ahead and begin. And then they go 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And as they do that, you notate any clues. And the clues are very easy to remember. Police officers actually have a special acronym that they can use. The acronym is H.O.P.S. H.O.P.S. Those are the 4 clues on the one-leg stand. Very easy to remember. Hopping, putting your arms more than 6 inches out from your body, that's the O. P, putting the foot down, or S, swaying. H-O-P-S. Hopping, out 6 inches, swaying, putting foot down. H.O.P.S. H-O-P-S. So, with that in mind, the police officer could have very easily remembered and told me what the clues were. I am about to attack because whichever one clue Officer Oliver notated in this case is going to be the only clue that he notated out of H-O-P-S, right? So the other 3 are missing. So now I grabbed a timer and I'm gonna demonstrate essentially entering some type of borderline unscientific, but it's not because it's common sense. Everybody knows how the passage of time works. I'm simply going to demonstrate what 30 seconds feels like to show in a demonstrative way. Remember demonstratives? Now I'm the demonstrative and time is on my side. Watch this.
So for 30 seconds, Mr. Fernandez never fell.
The only sign that he showed was just using his arms for balance. That's it.
That's the clue. Arms for balance. So the O, taking the arms 6 inches out away from the body. So he never hopped, he never put his foot down, and he never swayed. Watch the officer's responses and my question.
He never lost his balance.
The only sign that he showed was using his arms for balance. That was.
He's resisting. Don't let him get away. Keep hammering.
He never hopped.
No.
He never put his foot down.
No.
I just want everybody to get a sense of what 30 seconds feels like.
Our favorite juror, the yellow shirt juror, is wiping his glasses off. I mean, if there was a better body language to basically try and say, I am excited for what is about to happen, I can't think of anything better. We're going to continue this saga in the next video. I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger this time, folks. So either tomorrow or the day after when this next video premieres, oh, you know it's going to be a good one. By the way, did I tell you all? We're on a new schedule. Every day, new video, 6 p.m., no exceptions. I am going to be demonstrating to the jurors what 30 seconds on one foot feels like. So don't forget to tune in. 6 p.m. Eastern every day. Don't forget to like this video and comment below. If you want to see the full video, it is in the description below. It is the very, very first link, okay? So if you want to watch this video without me interrupting it, just click on the link. The whole purpose of this video is to educate you all so you learn something, so you get to learn how the juice is made, okay? So I hope you all learned something. Signing out, the DUI Guy Plus will be back, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.